Yo, yo, it's your boy AO. Lakers for life live. Crazy game. Crazy game. We're gonna get people in the chat, people in the live. Let's get it popping. Got a guest on the show today.
What's good? What's
Hey,
good?
on the beat. Also
That
known
was
as
a
Trevor.
crazy game.
Crazy game.
Pulled
We
it
going
out.
we gonna go over the box score. We're gonna go over some stats, and then we're gonna wrap together. And we got a lot to unpack with this one, man. We got a lot to unpack with this one. That ending, I I don't even know what that is, man. The Marcus Smart
Yeah, that was
mess up on the line, and then
it's the right idea, but could have cost the game.
could have taken just needed to take his time, and then you get that foul call with 1 point whatever seconds left, which is wild. But Laker Nation, let's be hyped for a second. We 7-2. We just beat a very hot Spurs team.
It's crazy.
No Reeves today. No Braun. No Gabe. Luka played. We're gonna get into all of this, but we got another W. 7-2. I think that puts us second in the West, if
Yeah, I
I'm
think
mistaken.
I believe so. Let me
Second
look.
in the West, which is huge. Which is huge. You gut these wins out. You take what you could get at this point. This game was not pretty by any stretch. By any stretch. But let's get into some box score action. So we'll just start at the top. Luka Doncic. So his stat line is gonna
It looks
be a type of way,
insane.
and then I want to hear how you feel a type of way about the whole game. So 35 points, 9 rebounds, 13 assists, 5 steals, 2 blocks. Let's just pause there. The dude had 7 stocks. I
Yeah,
haven't
it's
seen
insane.
that.
And it
Wow.
was real defensive stops. It wasn't
Yeah,
just like he was really like playing the passing lanes like crazy. It was kind of impressive.
it was. I think his defense he's been pretty active lately. He's been active. He's getting his hand on the ball, and he's making plays. But we keep going through the stat line. 9 for 27 from the field, 33%. 4 for 11 from three. He had that big step back at towards the end of the game, 36%, 13 to 17 from the free throw line, 4 turnovers, and finished with 5 fouls. Got into some early foul trouble. Let's unpack Luka real quick, man. Tell me your thoughts, Shay, on just how you felt. You heard the stat line. How you felt about his game overall?
I mean, he was great. Shot bad, but like you still put up a stat line like that. It is absolutely insane, like what he can do. Like this guy is crazy. Everything he did in the first half, like he went crazy. I think he had 22, I think 5 and 7, and he had like 3 steals or something. So he started off really well, and then third quarter was it was really bad. It was atrocious,
Yeah, that third.
and
Go
he
ahead.
picked it up in the fourth though. He picked it up. So I mean, it's a crazy game, and regardless, we got the dub. So
Yeah, that third quarter was a massacre for Luka. I think he was 1 for 9 at one point. I mean, down the stretch, you can count. That's what to have an alpha like that to make plays. I think is huge. Um, and I think what I was struggling with was just a few turnovers towards the end. Every time we were trying to make that run, but then he gives you those daggers, that step back three to get us ahead. We saw
yeah,
some good plays with him and Ayton today. I saw some lobs. Him and Jackson were connecting on lobs.
oh yeah.
Him and Ayton were getting in the pockets.
I mean,
You
Aiden's
know,
still with 22 and 10 on Wemby. I was concerned with how he would play against Wemby, and he played really well on both ends. Like
oh, we'll get into that.
defensively, Aiden looks really good. Like, how different is it than AD realistically to start the season? Like,
Ooh, chat.
how
If you in this chat, drop a comment. How does it look like?
1 steal, 2 blocks, 9 for 13, 4
Right.
for 4 free throws, no turnovers. Like,
That's a big topic right there. I mean, he's doing it all. He's got the touch around the basket. I mean, he had, you know, plays from outside the paint. He had dunks. He was cleaning up boards. He was, you know, being a release valve for these players when they needed to dump it off. And
Yeah.
you could rely on his scoring. This is like a few games now, and this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. DeAndre has always been a scorer, and I agree. Like, if you're getting a player like this for $8 million, and we saw, and we're not comparing AD to DeAndre right now. We're just saying, hey, we have a bona fide scorer that can hit the midi, finish. I think he's got to figure out that PNR lob action at the rim with Luka. That's probably the last piece because we know he's good in the pocket. But if he can get that timing down with Luka, like you said, 22-10, and those 2 blocks in the fourth quarter, when Luka turned the ball over, we turned the ball over twice. He saved us at the end of the game. I have in my game notes.
That's why he's playing great defense. Like, he's playing disciplined. He's staying on the ground. He's not fouling like crazy. Like, it's pretty impressive. Even his switches on guards and stuff. Like, he looks good.
Yeah. He could play out on the perimeter, which is cool. He can show when you have to hedge, and he could do his thing. I think, and back to your point, for DeAndre Ayton to go head to head with Wemby, and yeah, Wemby was in a little foul trouble. It is what it is.
I mean,
but that's the best center. That's a MVP candidate right there. 100%. And DeAndre not only held his own, he played really well. Nice. And for a stretch, you know, Wemby was struggling.
Wemby had a pretty bad game. Like, we did our job against Wemby. He had a really bad game.
Yeah, what did he finish with? 19 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 for 14 from the field.
Yeah, over 2 on threes, 5 turnovers, and he fouled out.
5 turnovers, and he fouled out. And he really should have picked up that 4th foul at halftime. I saw a little arm action on Vando, but the refs, we're going to get into that too. But I thought DeAndre did a great job. I thought Smart, 17, 5, and 5 on the night. 1 steal, 1 block. He will make boneheaded plays in the game. I don't know about you. He'll make boneheaded plays, but
looking plays.
They're bad. They're bad. Like, what are you thinking on that pass? What are you thinking on that defensive play and just fouling? But he makes it up with winning plays as well, too. It balances out at the end. I mean, he shot 3 for 10 from the field. Some of these shots and 1 for 7 from 3. Like, some of these shots, he pulled up. I don't know if you saw this, but he pulled up on breaks, fast breaks, twice, and just pulled up for 3.
I mean, that was after he had like 2 baskets in a row, so he was feeling it, I guess. But like, it's like you got to live with it. He's gonna give you what he gives you. Like, all right, do your thing. You still end up 17, 5, and 5 is crazy.
He did go to the free throw line 10 times. He did go to the basket.
First team all or not first team, but he's gonna be an all NBA defender.
He's getting up there. He's getting back to what we said it at the beginning of the offseason. We got 70% of the DPOY Marcus Smart. It's going to be a game changer for this team because we have no player like him. And he continues to prove how he's a defensive tone setter. And we just got to live, I think, with the chaotic plays. Hopefully that gets kind of cleaned up. 10 points at the free throw line. So not a great shooting night for Smart, but very important. I mean, he made that boneheaded pass where he, you know, was on the line to seal the game. So he could have just taken a second, but
yeah, that was bad.
To round out the stats before we get into actual themes of the game, I mean, Jake LaRavia, 8 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 for 9 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3. He kind of struggled offensively. He had that air ball.
Well, he did majority of that in the second half. He didn't do anything in the first half. Like, he was like non-existent. So his second half was he had good plays. He did well, and he was getting rebounds.
And we needed him. We needed every single one. I think, he struggled offensively. That first half was like Gabe cardio minutes at one point. I think he picked it up, but that's what a connector player like that does. They pick it up. They do the right things. You know, he got into some foul trouble too, but I thought Jake was okay on the night. Rui Hachimura. This is an interesting one. 15 points. I think he had some big shots. He finished 5 for 9, so he's been very steady over 50% from the season. Continues that. 2 for 3 from 3. Those were great. He smoked those 2 layups, which were big moments in the game. And talk to me about this. 2 rebounds. Me and you talk on the side. I get frustrated with the lack of rebounding from him. I don't know how a player like him, of his stature and his, athleticism, can get 2 rebounds. And I get other people rebound, but is that an issue? Is that an issue to you?
Who is he guarding this game though? Mostly.
I mean, it was a mix. I mean, I think there was a lot of team coverage on Wemby, so there could be some box out there. He had some minutes on Sohan.
Because I feel like the way they play defense, like Luka's getting the rebounds. Ayton still ended up with 10. I feel like for this game, like 2 rebounds, if he's being more of the active defender, then I don't assume he's gonna be getting all the boards like that.
Yeah, I mean that's been
kind of interesting. I don't know. I mean, his stat lines, whatever. First half he played well, like he had points. Second half he really wasn't.
It wasn't really existent.
Yeah.
And we question that level of his engagement of if he's not scoring, is he going to do the little things? He's not the little things type of guy. He had a big steal in the game, but I beg for just more tenacity and physicality from him because I think it could get him to the next level. But nonetheless,
I mean, his score was still great though. Like, I mean, he only shot 9 shots.
Yeah, 9 shots on 15 points on 9 shots is great efficiency.
But then 3 for 6 on free throws. So
yeah, missed a couple free throws.
He should have had 20 plus easy.
And if that's his role, that's his role. If you got Ayton doing his thing, it helps. Vando, I thought, played well in his minutes. He took away a lot of space from Wemby. The stat line's never going to show. And then, Jackson Hayes, I thought, played well too. He had some great lobs. He had some good activity. Jackson Hayes is going to be Hayes, but he has a good connection with Luka. I think he demonstrated it today. I think he got I think he did what he needed to do from the field. He gave us some activity. I mean, it wasn't Nick Smith Jr.'s night after that great Portland night. I thought Bronny played okay in the minutes he got. I think Bronny should have played over Dalton Connect. Dalton Connect just looks lost to me, man.
I think he's done. I just don't think he's I don't know. I don't think he's really that guy.
He looked lost.
I don't know how much value he has.
He went 1 for 4. If you're not making shots, you're kind of whatever. Bronny to me is earning some minutes. He's smaller, but he's athletic. He's got bounce. He's defensively oriented. At least he understands the concepts. You think Bronny's going to take some of those minutes while Gabe is out and Dalton Connect kind of if he puts up performances like this?
I mean, I can see it. It seems like JJ is pretty comfortable putting him in just different slots. He plays hard. So, I mean, I'm not mad at it if he's playing hard like this. He's making the right plays. It's kind of like if you can give like what obviously Goodwin gave a lot to us in certain games, but like that type of hustle, you just bring in a guy like that to just go get rebounds, just make the right play. If you got a shot, take it, be aggressive. Like, I mean, it's not terrible. It's playable.
No, it's something for right now. Chat, what do you think? You think Bronny is deserving of more minutes while Gabe is out and we have this kind of shorter rotation? We'll see if Austin gets back on Saturday for the road trip, which I think he probably will. We'll see. But Bronny, I mean, I think that's a good point. Like, we had Goodwin last year that was doing the little things. Goodwin has obviously, been in the league for a couple years, but Bronny can give you maybe that level of tenacity that we know Dalton Connect is not going to bring us, right? Yeah. So if that's the case, you might lose a little size with Bronny, but he gets some reps. He can hit the occasional 3. And as long as he's poised and does the right things, doesn't do too much, you might get a little value add from the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the one thing I will say is San Antonio, they had 7 players in double figures. Sohan at one point was their leading scorer until Wemby got a couple buckets. Their bench shot, I'm looking this up right now. Their bench shot 6, 12, 14.
They missed one shot.
Yeah. 14 for 15.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's ridiculous from a bench.
Yeah,
14 for 15. Champagny had those early threes.
Yeah.
Harrison Barnes, Vassell.
I mean, they shot pretty bad. Like, our defense wasn't terrible.
That's
Like,
the thing. Yeah.
It's not bad, but I don't know.
Like, you got Wembanyama shot 36%. That was our focus. And I thought we'll get into some themes now. I thought we did well on Wembanyama. I mean, we locked down in that fourth quarter. We gave up 96 points through 3. Only gave up 116 on the game. So we only gave up 20 points in that fourth quarter. That's big. But I thought we did a great job on Wemby and making it as difficult as possible for him and just crowding it. And I think we made other players have to step up for the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, a 16-point game from Sohan is his best game so far. I mean, Kelly was solid. Lindy Waters hit 2 threes. Like, they turned up. They kind of saved the Spurs for a little bit for some of those moments. I think that's what it was when they went up 10. That was their bench that was killing, right?
Yeah. There were stretches in the game where Wemby was in foul trouble and out, and they would still stay intact. In fact, there were times where they were increasing the lead while Wemby was out, which was the most frustrating thing. Like, we have their guy out. How are we not, pulling our weight and getting ahead and capitalizing on those minutes? I thought that was the most frustrating thing of that part of the game. But I think what played into it was all of the fouls that took place.
Yeah,
it was
a poorly
insane.
officiated game. It was the refs. Yeah, the refs were on some soft shit.
There are 36 personal fouls committed on the San Antonio side, 30 fouls committed on our side. So many free throws in the game. I think in total, there were 84 free throws shot in this game, which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I'll take it.
They were doing it evenly, right?
I mean,
like
Marcus Smart 10 for 10 free throws. That's crazy.
We'll take it. I mean, they were calling fouls on both sides. It wasn't just one. I can't say it was one side over the other. I think it really broke the rhythm of the game, especially for us offensively. We had 4 fast break points on the night. There was 13 fast break points. Like, San Antonio having more fast break points than you is wild. But I mean, what did you feel about the fouls today and just the rhythm overall of the game? You think it affected Luka?
Yeah, I mean, he got into foul trouble early, but I mean, I don't think it affected his game too much. You still got to make shots.
You got to make shots. I think the rhythm was breaking. We couldn't get out in transition, which was tough. And it was just a gritty, grindy game. And JJ said it at halftime, like, this game is going to be an absolute grind. And it was, every play counted down the stretch. I think the Lakers, again, showed resilience despite the foul calls. You could visibly see Luka getting frustrated. And when he gets frustrated at the refs, that's not the best version of him. He does it pretty naturally, but today in particular was just, you were picking up stupid fouls. You know how the game is getting called. These are ticky-tack plays. What do you expect? Like, every call is not going to be wrong. It's just that's how the game's going to be. We have to adapt. But despite the frustration, the Lakers pull out a victory. I think this would have been a good game. I think we really missed Austin Reeves today.
That was one thing that I noticed. Like, yes, with like Luka, like, obviously, like, he's gonna do his thing, but he still plays slow.
Yeah,
like Reeves, he pushes the pace. Like, so, like, Luka needs that guy next to him to keep it flowing faster. Because, like, when it starts slowing down, he starts to back down and do all that stuff. It just, like, it does look very slow compared to Reeves. Like Reeves solo, he's going at it like full speed. It looks different than how Luka does it. So when they do it together, that's when it's like, yo, this is crazy. How do you stop it?
That's a good point. I mean, I think we missed the variation in the offense. Like, okay, people are crowding on Luka. We're running P&R. Ball is kind of stalling and stopped. Let's get it swinging. Let's get it to Reeves off the bounce while the defense shifting, making a secondary play, or off the rebound. Let's go. Let's change the pace.
That's his transition guy. That's Luka. Get it to Reeves. Let Reeves create on the transition. Like, so we were missing that because we didn't have no one else. I mean, Jake and Marcus Smart, those are the only two that are going to do that. But
yeah, so you're not going to get much playmaking. Like we saw how difficult the offense looked even when Luka was not there. We couldn't go too many minutes without Luka, even though I think we held our ground for the best we could. But we saw in the the Portland game how, while it was a great game, Marcus Smart as a primary playmaker is not a pretty sight at all.
Yeah, it looks crazy. I mean, he makes plays, but it's just like, oh man, sometimes it's like it's just head down, like, and he just goes at it. Like, head but down, goes at it. I'll give him that. Like I think he was the only player that wasn't afraid to go at Wemby. Everybody else in the beginning was kind of like, all right, we're kind of scared, so that our game didn't look like as natural because they were all scared to go in the paint. But like, he actually attacked him, hit him with some floaters, like even try to shoot some threes over him. He's not scared of anything. That's why Marcus Smart is dope. Like, he's a dog.
A banshee. He's a dog. I think that is a good point. The game started off very slow, and we looked scared to even touch the paint. So at that point, you're just chucking up jump shots and threes. And at that, you're not getting there's no flow getting created. We're not running our typical actions with DeAndre. I think we had to feel it out. But there was a play. Marcus Smart drove hard, picked up a foul on Wemby. And then once Wemby got into foul trouble, he's like, let me go hit a floater. And it's not always going to look pretty with Smart, but I will give you that. Like,
his floater,
he's going to go at it.
He has some crazy shots in the paint. Like, you've seen him with the sky hook. You've seen him with the floaters. Like, his touch around the rim is like, it's kind of underrated. Like,
it's not bad, actually. Like, he does, when he gets into the paint, make plays, and he does make shots. He's not much of a midi player, and his three ball is suspect. I don't want to see too many Marcus Smart pull up on fast break threes, but he does get to the lane and he does put down those floaters. And that's a huge change up to have that third scorer. I think the biggest thing is when you have a guy like Smart, who I think even when Reeves is back, even when Braun is eventually back, Marcus Smart has to stay in that starting lineup. And I think if he's doing what you're saying and he brings that variation, can score if you give him a lane, he's going to attack it. He's not like Vando, where Vando will see a lane and not really take it, or hesitant on a corner three, or not setting a pick. But like Smart, if you give him a lane, he's going to get to the rim or put up a shot, which
he's not hesitant to do that. He's confident that he can make a play. So it's like that as your fifth guy. Like, think about the actions that they'll run. And then Marcus Smart can still create. Like, you can't leave anybody open. Like, that's when LeBron comes back, that's why this team can be insane when Bron's back. Our depth is crazy. Like, we have an official 10-man roster. And we are like, I don't know. There's a lot of teams. I don't know. I'm not really scared of any team right now, except for probably OKC.
And they just lost today to Portland. And Portland's,
but they're still not even close to being healthy. Like, J-Dub coming back to that team is like damn, like, you guys kind of have it all.
Yeah, it is impressive what they're doing.
They're like 14 deep.
Yeah, they got young players that all just hoop. But I agree. Like, this team is showing so much poise and resilience. And I think it gets me excited because it's like, when LeBron comes back, and I know there's a huge debate on, does he mess up the chemistry? There will be some adaptation period, but you're telling me, I mean, Rui's working for us right now. You're bringing in a caliber player of LeBron, still a top 10, top 15 for sure, top 10 player.
Yeah.
And he's got 2 other people with him. Like, and that focus, his defensive acumen, he might take some plays off here and there because of his age, but it's far better than Rui. And it's only going to bode well, I think, for us. But I agree. Marcus Smart's got to stick in that starting lineup if we finish off with him. And then just like he just brings a different aspect to the game that we are lacking and so desperately. And I think Vando is kind of like that secondary to Marcus Smart. He has his limitations, but he can still bring that defensive intensity in spurts off the bench, which I think is a good mix in case we wanted to go small, stagger Ayton, go, have a Banshee unit of Smart and Vando, right?
No, yeah. I genuinely think Marcus Smart created a culture for this team. Like, gave us somewhat of like, obviously Luka and Reeves, they give us the identity of like what we can be, how our offense runs. But like his grit, like I think transformed the team. Like I forgot which game it was. Was it the second game? It was against Minnesota when he started.
Yeah. Those steals on Anthony Edwards.
And like that aggressiveness, we haven't had a player like that.
We have, so he's setting, I think, the defensive culture. Like DFS came last year, and I think we switched our kind of perspective of the team, and our defense switched with DFS. Now he's not the type of defender as Marcus Smart is, but because we had such a gap and he did the little things, the gritty things, the things that don't show up all the time in the box score, the energy, being competent on the defensive end, there was a culture shift there. But I think Marcus Smart, to your point, takes it up a couple more notches, because the way he defends, you forgive the kind of chaos he is on the offensive end sometimes, or the fouls, the stupid fouls he might pick up, because he does make a play that shifts the game, or he does make a steal that shows the team like, hey, he's getting down on the floor. Like, let's get in the trenches with them. I mean, we saw Jake LaRavia getting on the floor against Portland.
No, yeah, 100%.
Marcus Smart-esque, right? Where does that start from?
And that's what he does. Like, even with Jake, like, he's a dog too. So we got these guys that the glue guys within these all these great scorers that set the tone. Because Reeves is a dog too. Like, that's why people talk shit on his defense, but I mean, he really holds his own. He's feisty. He takes charges. He's physical as hell too. Like, it's pretty impressive.
He's gotten stronger this year too. And the thing with Reeves does exert effort, and he does try on the defensive end, and he does make plays. It's just we put him in a situation where he has to be the primary defender at times, and it's like that's not where his bag is. That's not where it's gonna help the team. But if you have a Marcus Smart in there, you have a Vando, you have Ayton kind of manning the paint, it puts a little more pressure off of Reeves to just defend that second option, maybe that third option on a team, which is very different from guarding in Anthony Edwards, for example, in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
And that's where I think like this team is showing so much resilience and pulling out games against hot teams in the West. Good. These are quality wins. And when you're talking about heading into this road trip, I think we got Atlanta, we got the Bucks one game, we got the Pelicans another game. OKC is going to be a big game. Yeah. And then I'm forgetting who the fifth team is on the road trip, but it's not a good team.
Did we play Utah?
Is it Utah? Let me check that. You check the schedule. So Saturday we got Atlanta, Charlotte.
When did we play
Charlotte Hornets? Saturday? Who, they're kind of a 50-50 team. Khan's doing really well there, but this is a stretch that if we can get Austin Reeves back, we're 7-2. We have a 5-game roadie, and we just listed off the team. So it's the Atlanta Hawks, the Charlotte Hornets, the New Orleans Pelicans, the OKC Thunder, and the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm thinking 4-1, 3-2 at the absolute minimum.
Yeah, I mean, obviously at this pace, you want to go 5-0. Like,
you want to go 5-0.
You want to win every game.
An OKC game,
like,
you're turning heads in the league. like if we're not already. But
Yeah.
4-1, 5-0, that gets you hot. And then they say LeBron's going to come back shortly after the roadie. So now he's back in the mix. So there's a lot of momentum that can get created. I think just having Reeves, it's so crazy that we're 7-2. Luka's missed 4 games now, 4 or 5 out of the 9.
Yeah, I think so.
AR and Luka play well together, but they haven't even gotten reps like that, which is unreal. That's why it's been a really weird start to the season. And I'm looking forward to, we talked about it earlier in the show chat. We're talking about how there's such a dynamic between how AR runs PNR with Ayton and Hayes and Luka runs PNR with Ayton and Hayes. Because what I'm picking up from these games is Reeves has a real connection with Ayton. He hits him in those pockets. Ayton can put up those floaters, get to the rim. They have a really nice connection in terms of Ayton's timing on, is Reeves going to attack all the way? Is Reeves going to pull up from the mid, give him space, right?
Yeah.
And I don't think Reeves is a great lob thrower to Hayes. And I think that's where Luka really excels is he's great at throwing the lob as a release valve. But I think where Ayton is still trying to get a feel for Luka's game, and we saw some good stuff today. I think we saw some good plays getting finished between Luka and Ayton. I think where the reps are going to come, tell me what you think, is Luka's just so gifted offensively, and he sees multiple different actions at a time on a PNR where he can throw a cross-court pass, he can throw it at the rim, he can score effectively. And I think DeAndre's trying to figure out, okay, this man runs so many different motions or can. Where am I supposed to be effective for him? And I mean, we saw that play where Luka throws it over his head to Rui for that 3. He faked the cameraman out. Like, he shifted the whole defense with that. Like,
yeah.
And I don't know. What's your kind of take on the PNR between Reeves and our bigs, and then like Luka and how he runs an offense?
I mean, I feel like Reeves, he just gets straight to it. Like, pick and roll, probes a little. He's either going to go straight to the basket or make a dribble, bounce pass to Ayton or one of the bigs, or a kick out there. I feel like he just gets straight to it. Luka, he kind of, I think it's whatever the defense throws at him, he reacts to whatever the right play is. Like, that's how good he is. Like, he's going to make the right move. You make a mistake on defense, he picks that out right away. Like, I think that's the big difference. Like Jokic. Like, no matter what you throw at him, he knows where to go or who to go to do the hockey assist to or whatever. Like, that's how he plays. Like, whatever the defense does, he picks it apart.
Yeah. And I think it is just going to be a timing thing with Ayton, and he needs more reps because of that. Luka can literally pick an offense apart. And we saw him split a weak double team. Olenek came late. He splits it right away. Lay up at the basket. It's just so much variation. He could pull up. His shooting is not. And before we get everyone, all the new people in the space right now in the group chat, I go by AL. This is my boy Shay, also my brother. We're Lakers for Life live. Thank you for joining the show. We are fans. This show is for fans by fans. And please, if you disagree with our takes, the discourse, we're all about engaging. Like it or hate it, drop a comment and debate it is our motto. Hit the comments. Let us know your thoughts on the game. The Lakers are 7-2. We enjoy the discourse. Keep rapping with us, but we're just talking about Luka and the dynamics and kind of what we saw today. And Luka's having a poor shooting kind of outing right now. And he didn't shoot well today. He didn't shoot well against Portland. I'm not necessarily concerned. I think it's just him getting back.
Put up, what do you have, 35, 9 and 13? Like, on bad shooting days, like, all right, cool. Like, he's going to be MVP this year.
That's one of our big ifs. If Luka has an MVP season, this Laker is and check out my ifs on X. I have it pinned. I go through the full roster, what needs to be done in terms of role and how important it is ranked to the team contending. And Luka being an MVP candidate this year, if not winning the MVP, is a table stake baseline that needs to happen this year. And he's putting up the numbers. And I think it needs to round out collectively with the team. And the team needs to understand his play. I think he has a connection with AR. He just needs to get more reps. But like Shay said, Luka had his stat line looks stupid. And if you actually watch the game, you're frustrated because there were moments where you're like, Luka, what are you doing? The errant some type of threes sometimes, which look like, all right, man, we're just gonna put this three up and see what happens instead of picking it apart. But on the opposite end of that, we've seen him go on bursts of 2-3 threes in a row and then just blow the game wide open. Yeah, I mean, right?
He's probably him and Shea, the best scorers in the game.
It's a sight to see. It's a sight to see.
But I mean, like when you compare the two, like, is it close?
I think Luka has way more variation to his game than Shea. Shea does remind me, if we diverge on a tangent 100%. Real quick, Shea reminds me of Kobe in some 100%. Of his moves, right? Like he's got that midi, he's got that floater down. He can score from anywhere on the floor. Where Luka comes in is not only can Luka score from anywhere on the floor, make plays, and he can draw fouls just as well as Shea, but Luka also has that crazy court vision because he's getting 10 assists a game. And you mess up on a rotation, he's finding that individual at the corner, DeAndre Ayton for the lob, Hayes for the lob, a kick out for three.
Yeah.
And I think it's so crazy to me. It's still sometimes kind of like, I can't believe we have him on our team. And it's just, I think he's giving Laker Nation quite a bit of confidence. He watched that Game 7 Dodgers World Series.
I mean, they were in the building tonight too.
And they were in the building tonight. And I think Lucas sees what that energy looks like when there's championship vibes in LA. I just think we need to get this team healthy and just finally get some reps as a full unit. I'm off on Gabe. I don't know when he's coming back. The dude averages 3 points per game.
Dalton, and Cleaver, they know they're gone.
I think so too. If you can turn that in, and we're going to keep mentioning it on the show until we get it. If we can get a 3-and-D type player, which I know every team wants, it's pie in the sky. What makes us any special in terms of our package. But if Rob can pull something of that nature, and then LeBron comes back and gels with Reeves and Luka, we could go on a little run here. We said the first 20, we have a favorable schedule. We want to get off to a hot start. We didn't know we were going to have this many injuries. But you're talking by the end of the road trip, this team could be 10-6 on the low end, 11-5, 12-4. Like this is a very serious pace. In terms of win count. And I think that's going to turn some heads. I mean, dude, we haven't had you on the show yet like that, Shay, but like, what's your sentiments on just the full season for the viewers that are watching right now? How have you kind of like internalized the start of this season for the Lakers?
I mean, I feel like I'm confident that they can make a run. They can make a real run in the playoffs. Like, this team is built to win. Like, it has the right pieces. That's the thing. It's the right pieces. They got chemistry. They got culture. They're building. Like, they're building some shit like how the Warriors have it. Like, you have your guy. All the roles are solidified. There's no ego with anybody. All the players, they know Reeves and Luka what the fuck they can do. Like, they stamp that. Like, you have already 40 balls, 50 balls. They know these are the guys. And then obviously, Bron, you have that respect. So everybody is going to play their hardest. They know their roles. They know what they got to do. And then you have superstars who are very willing passers. So when you have guys like that, the best
passes in the game right now.
Chemistry is because it's not like a JB where you're like, dude's just going to score and we got to just kind of like watch and maybe move around or bail him out, or I don't know, things like that. You like Shea's getting really a lot better at it, becoming a playmaker for others as well. So that's what makes him super dangerous there. But like that, to have that type of playmaking from 3 superstars, that means they have the utmost trust in their guys. They need you to hoop. They need you to ball out. So it's like all the pieces make sense. Like Rob really did his thing.
Rob definitely did his thing. I mean, you're talking about we lost DFS that gave us heartburn, but you picked up DeAndre Ayton.
No one's even thinking about DFS but you.
You're right.
No one
That's
gives
one
a
of my
shit.
favorite players. I think he's a dog,
He's
but
not
dude is
even
out on
playing
injury
right now. And even when he comes back, he won't make that big of an impact in Houston. In my opinion, it just didn't have that scoring. He could shoot the 3, plays defense, but like Jake alone already replaced that. Like 8-6-1 today on a bad game.
on a
DFS
back.
was doing that on a pretty decent night.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we've seen him go 3-4 threes, but we also seen Jake 3-4 threes, 20-25 point outbursts.
Yeah,
And he's had multiple already. And, that's important come playoff time when we need scoring as well. Defense wins championships, sure, but you got to put the ball in the basket.
he has a bag too. Like DFS,
He didn't have a bag.
He had no
There's
bag.
no offensive bag. It was a catch and shoot. He's a
Like
3.
he was a better scoring like Vando, basically. Like much like obviously he could score the ball, he could shoot the 3, like, but at the same time, he's older too. But I don't know. I don't think it's the same. That's why I don't think anyone misses him. And then you got Ayton, which is like, okay, we got one of the best offensive bigs in the league. Like, dude can really score it efficiently. He's playing very efficient.
Very efficient basketball. He adds another dimension to the playmakers, right? Reeves, LeBron.
It's exactly what they need.
Luka. And I can't wait to see those 3 with the competent center. Hayes can do his thing from the bench. He has not even, it's not even a conversation in the terms of how different they are from a scoring perspective. And for all 3 of those playmakers to have Ayton be that guy as a release valve and be able to score at a high level, I think we should end the year as a top 5 offense if we do this correctly. And then you add Smart in there with his defensive capability. Braun can still play D. And if everyone's playing defense, Reeves collectively, it puts less pressure on Ayton. But we can get by. You can be, I'd say the goal would be for us a top 5 offense. And if you can get to league average or a little better on defense, we pull a player to kind of fill in a bench role that can defend. I think that's the makings right there of a contender. You want to be top 10 in two on the offensive decent side of the ball. Really, you want to be elite in at least one, and you see what happens after that. But I think that this team is showing a lot of grip. And, Laker Nation, you're in this chat. We want to hear from you. We haven't gotten any comments yet, but don't feel shy. Don't feel shy. Shout you out. We want to hear from you. But I know I'm hyped. You're hyped. Every Laker fan that I talk to on a daily basis is hyped. And I said it on one of my last hitters. This team is different. The chemistry is different. I haven't felt this level of chemistry and just vibes since the 2020 championship year.
This is a real team. It's a
real
and the league knows. Like, just let alone you have Luka, and we watched what he did. We watched what he did in person. Like, no one can guard him.
No,
like
we saw what he did to Jaden McDaniels. We saw it live at Crypto.
He's every best defender he's killed. Reeves too.
And then the Reeves has stepped up in that capacity. But when you have a killer like that, you have someone else that's just in the cut, averaging 25, 5, and 7 around there, whatever it is. It's probably more. And then you have the IQ from a guy like LeBron James coming, and he's on the bench. He's energized. All those conversations that people have had of, he's this way, that way. I'll admit, I'll be the first to say I didn't like how he went about stuff in the offseason. It was a weird energy. especially with some of the signings we got, which have been better than a lot of the past years we've had. And there was something to be excited about. And, the energy just got kind of weird. But I think we were talking about it when we went to the game at Crypto to see the Lakers in Minnesota play. Luka has energy and gravity and oxygen in that arena in Crypto.
Yeah.
And I think, I'm not saying it affects LeBron, but I think LeBron's going, there is an alpha on the court right now that is leading our team to wins. I'm not even in the equation right now. No one's really talking about me right now. We're thinking about like what could be. We haven't even gotten to that. We'll get into that in another live. But the spotlight right now is on Luka. There's been a spotlight on Reeves, and our role players collectively have helped pull out games. So I don't think it's something like LeBron's attention seeking. Some will say maybe he is, but I think at least it should show him, hey, you have a team ready to fight and ready to get some things done. You've been wanting this. You've been wanting playmakers to make your life easier. So you don't have to be the primary person constantly expending energy. Like, you finally have that on this roster. And granted, the roster's not complete yet, but great base. I mean, if I'm LeBron, I'm going, hey.
No, he knows. He knows what's happening. He's well aware. And I think this is the scary part. Like, he's coming back to a scenario where they're winning without him. And now it's on your like legacy. Like, if your last year really, like, if this could be, you're either going downhill or you're still elite without messing up it. Like, it doesn't have to revolve around you anymore. You don't need, you can chill now. This is what you wanted. This is what you wanted with Russ. This is what you thought you were gonna get. You know what I mean? You got two guys now that can take over.
Yes.
And you can literally, but that's gonna be the interesting part. Like, what's his role gonna be? And the conversation right now is he the third option? Or does he, like, everyone knows he's not the first. But a lot of us are saying he's not the second.
And that's going to be a big debate. We definitely got to do a live on that, because I think once it gets closer, and the thing there that's interesting is Shams always pushes narratives on X of just like LeBron's assessing or LeBron's situation or the decision LeBron needs to make. And the point you make is, yeah, that's one side to the equation. But the other side is, wait, this team is winning. So that decision or what he's thinking, is this team ready? Or even if that's true or not, that narrative, I got to assess the team. Well, if the team keeps this up and keeps winning, they're playing 600, 700 basketball. Like, now it's going to be, hey, man, to your point, when you come in, are you going to amplify the team, or are you going to send them into something where it kind of middles out, right? We can still, and we saw some good things last year. And I'm leaning on the side of, people will debate me. And if you got a comment, let me know what you think. I'm leaning on the side of LeBron can really amplify. This could be the most efficient 20 to 25 points a game he can score. And it's not like he's not going to get usage or the ball, but think about the majority of the game, you're letting Austin, you're letting DA, you're letting Reeves cook, and the defense has to focus somewhere. And that's going to open up so much for you off ball, in the post.
Yeah.
If he could play off ball, and then, okay, fourth quarter comes.
That's where things get interesting. Fourth quarter, like when we're fully healthy. Like, clearly you have four guys there, and then it's got to be Marcus Smart, no?
Smart. It'll be Smart in the closing unit. And then it's that's a tough team to guard if done the right way. I think JJ's going to get his work cut out for him on.
This is where JJ needs to lock in. Like, and we haven't talked about JJ. JJ's been great. But, like, when LeBron comes out, it's like, okay, you have to figure out a whole new dynamic. It's almost going to be like starting all over again. Like, once the roster's healthy, because it changes. Starting LeBron changes the entire dynamic of everything we're doing right now.
100%.
Having Rui off the bench now.
How does that affect him? We've seen him not play well off the bench.
And that is going to be, but it's like, now how do you, who fits well together? How are you going to do these rotations? Like, you already said it earlier. Reeves plays really well with DA. So are they almost the first two to come out? And then you put Jackson Hayes, and then you start running those units together. So like,
Laravia in with Luca, fill
and then
in
who's LeBron's unit? You know what I mean? Like him and Reeves have chemistry together. So it's like that's where it's on JJ to really figure out. And even figuring out the actions, like you have a way to either start with Luca, gives it to Reeves, Reeves can play make, get it to LeBron, he can do something with it. Like, what are the plays that you're gonna drop where they're like, oh, these are like unstoppable plays because you have that many. This has never happened on a team to have ball IQ at this magnitude. Like you're talking the best in the game, two of them. But how do you make it work together? Like we saw glimpses of it, obviously, but like
it wasn't
different this
pretty.
year.
It wasn't pretty. In the playoffs, we saw it completely exposed. And JJ, I mean, we haven't talked about him, and if he's gonna get the the burden of the playoff series against Minnesota and carry that, and where he didn't coach well, he's got to get some credit too on the way we're starting. Because as much as we're saying Marcus Smart, has been the tone setter, a culture setter, this chemistry and this buy-in that's happening, I think JJ behind the scenes is making an impact, and it's resonating right now with the team. I always say that when you get on a 2-game losing streak, a 3-game losing streak, you're not shooting the ball well, you're not winning games. That's where team chemistry is tried the most. It happens to everyone. That'll be a true test on buy-in, but winning does cure all, and it definitely alleviates the pain that you go through if you lose 2 or 3. But hats off to JJ. I think the real work is he's had the luxury, though, of I think in the first 9 games where he's had 1 star, Reeves, or he's had Luca, and it's at that point it's kind of easy to understand what you need to do from an offensive perspective, and then collectively how you need to defend. That's going to be all year, the collective defense. But offensively it's harder for the players, but it's simple in terms of scheme and actions, in my opinion. There's only so much you can ask Smart, Laravia to do. PNR with the bigs has to happen with Luca, right? So I think, well, I'm not going to discount JJ. I think him, when Austin's back in, is one phase. Cool, get that working. But then when you add LeBron back in, that's where the work starts.
Yeah, that's when it actually begins. It's like, okay, now you need to start focusing on what the lineups, what the rotations are you going to want for like the real rotations, the real lineups. Because like right now, everything's just on a whim. There's guys out every night. And
we're going to throw Nick Smith Jr. in there.
At least like they're going to scrap no matter what. Like compared to last year, there were so many just ugly games. And it's like, really bad. I mean, we've had bad third quarters already this season.
Today, right?
But I mean, that was the running theme of last year. But there was games last year where like we can't even score.
Yeah,
and it's like having to depend on AD to like get us buckets, like
out on the perimeter. And AD kind of stalled that offense too. AD gave us supreme level of play, both sides of the ball.
But he wanted to be a hooper, like, so it's like if you want to be a hooper, get your middies, get your like, you gotta hit them, or like I don't know, just
otherwise you got to be a center, and we need someone else in that role. I think there should be no reason. Like the defense is obviously going to be a question all year, but there's no reason to ever have a 3-minute, 4-minute, 5-minute drought when you have, especially at the end of the game when you need a bucket, when you have Luca, Reeves, and LeBron on the floor and DA. Like you got to be able to go get buckets.
And that's the thing with last year. We had to depend on LeBron for clutch moments. Like, unfortunately, we put him in that position where, he had to take over, and like he would give us big games. So like, as much as people disliked, Bron and like some of the like, all the extra shit, like he still had big games and shut everybody up multiple times, and we're like, oh wow, yeah, this guy's the greatest ever. He had plenty of moments like that where he just
that game 4 against Minnesota, he went off
to do that now.
No,
like at all.
if we get Braun to like not have so much pressure on that offensive end and life is easy for him and he's getting the easiest 24 points per game. And I think there's people, Braun stands that kind of go, there's no way Austin Reeves could average more points than him. This and that. I'm like, what's the difference between one player averaging like 27 and one player averaging like 26?
No.
Like, let's make this thing work the way it's supposed to. However it is. Maybe LeBron is the second option and Reeves is the better off-ball catch and shoot player. However it works, I don't think anyone's tripping about who scored. That shouldn't even be in anyone's head. On like
the game plan and get the best shot possible.
Get the best shot possible. And if we can, if it's a lighter load for LeBron to expend a little bit more energy on the defensive end, like we saw Game 4 against Minnesota, where he was like an interior defender. He was a perimeter defender. He was getting his hands on basketballs and making plays on that end. He focuses on that. That's something Rui can't even get to that level. We know Braun can get to that level when he wants to get in. That changes our team dynamics even more. And that those little spurts of that kind of defense and having that offensive capability is what's going to separate us. And we still need players. Rob's job is not done. I mean, but I think overall, it's an exciting time. We're playing well. We got a 5-game roadie that's going to test our character. Hopefully Reeves is back for that. I would like him back Saturday to kick off against the Trae Young-less Hawks.
Yeah,
and
that's still a tough game.
It's still they've been playing well. They've been playing well without Trae. So you got Dyson there that can lock up another elite defender. But we got to keep this. We got to keep this ball rolling. I mean, it's exciting. We're coming off of a Dodger World Series, and the Lakers are coming off of the hot start. Hell, the Rams are even playing well.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's like I don't like every game you expect to win.
Yeah,
and
that's a great feeling to have. Like if you feel like you can be, and I think to your point earlier, like there is no team that I'm. Even OKC, I put respect on their name, but Luka annihilates that team. And we've seen it last year towards the end of the season when we got one W and then he got kicked out of the game the second game, but we were right there.
Yeah.
So, not to take anything away from OKC, they can go on runs like crazy, but in the very competitive West, we are rising up the ranks. I'm not even worried about the East because that's not until if we were to even get to the finals. But in the West, there's no team where I'm going on a night unless we're injured. Like, nah, we're cooked. Like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see how we are against the Rockets. Let's see.
They're bigger, athletic.
They're a bigger team, so that'll be an interesting team to watch us play. Warriors, obviously, they got us game 1. But I don't know, when you're looking at this team healthy, I don't know, man. The Warriors,
they had Kuminga had the game of his life game 1. Not that he's playing really well this season, but
yeah, like they're still a good team.
I mean, the Clippers, they got tore up by OKC last night in just a matter of minutes.
Clippers bench is just, they look bad.
It's not as cracking as people thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it's
bad. Who do they got defending Luka? Who do they got defending LeBron? Who do they got defending Reeves? Like Kawhi can't guard everyone.
Yeah, and then for us, like you can put Smart on James Harden, and
so that's one thing done.
James Harden plays slow, so it's like
you might even be able to put Smart. Let Reeves cook the rock on Harden and Smart on Kawhi. Smart plays bigger, so. And we'll see what moves we make. But Laker Nation, this is Lakers for Life live. We do these. We try to do these, post-game reactions. I'm going to have different guests on. Shay will be back on. I'm always doing the one-hitter recaps. That's going to come out tomorrow. And we got reels. We're just big basketball fans. We're big Laker fans. And we just trying to build a community. We support all the big pods. Trevor Lanes, the Jovan Buhas, Raj Chapalus. Those are all my people. But we're just fans, and we're just trying to create discourse. And again, If you don't agree with our takes, like it or hate it, drop a comment and debate it. That's our motto. And, you know, if you haven't liked the video, subscribe to the channel. You know, and just stay tapped in with us. Subscribe, like, and, you know, engage with us, and we'll engage back. But nah, Shay, this was fun, man. For all of you that don't know, Shay also a producer. Shay on the beat. He's got some beats that'll be on some of my reels, you know, as well too. We got the little hip hop kind of vibe going with us as well. But we're building something cool here. Tap in, keep rocking with us. Lakers for life. Peace.
Deuces.